Okay,
Okay,
so
so
morning
good morning,
Nabihan.
Nabihan.
Can you
Can
hear me
you hear me
clearly?
clearly?
I hope
I
your
hope your
connection
connection
is
is
stable
stable
today.
today.
Good morning, sir. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. My connection is stable on my end as well. How about my voice? It is clear enough for you?
Uh,
Uh,
yes,
yes,
it's very
it's very
clear.
clear.
I'm
And
glad
I'm glad
we could
we
make
could make
this happen
this
today.
happen today.
So,
So
how are you
how
doing?
are you doing?
I'm doing great. Alhamdulillah. I've been looking forward to this interview since last week. I have spent some time exploring your company's recent digital campaigns, and it's really sparked some ideas I would love to discuss later.
Okay,
Well,
that's
that's
great to
good
hear.
to hear.
We love
We love
candidates
candidates
who come
come
prepared.
prepared.
So,
So
let's get
let's
started.
start.
I have
I have
your
your
CV
CV
here,
here,
but
but
I want
I
to
want
hear
to hear
your
your
story in
story
your
in your
own
own
words.
words.
Okay,
So,
So,
could
could
you
you
please tell me
tell
about
me about
yourself
yourself
and
and
your
your
journey so
journey so
far?
far?
certainly, sir. My name is Nabihan Utman Razik. My background, my background is a unique combination of storytelling and technical logic. It all started back in junior high school at Pondok Pesantren Hidayatullah Ummul Qura, which is a Islamic boarding school. I was part of the media team organization there, where I spent most of my time learning the art of videography, photography, and how to manage content ideas for a community. However, I realized that as the world moves toward digital platforms, a good story needs a strong technical foundation to reach its full potential. That is why I decided to continue my education at SMK Iden Boarding School, which is it's a vocational high school, majoring in software development. This allowed me to master the behind the scene of technology, so I see myself as a developer who doesn't just write code but understand the creative soul of the content that goes into the system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
you have
strong IT
strong IT
skills from
skills from
India.
India.
Uh,
Uh,
you could
you
work
could
at
work
any
at
tech
any tech
startup.
startup.
Why did you
Why did you
choose this
choose
media
this
house?
media house?
I believe that media has a profound impact on society, and I want my technical skills to contribute to that impact. I have been following how your company is transitioning into more interactive digital media. I want to be the person who helps bridge the gap between your creative journalists and the technology needed to deliver their stories. I want to build a platform that makes news not just something people read, but something people can interact with. I'm here because I see a vision that match my hybrid skill set.
What are your
What are your
greatest
greatest
strengths
strengths
and
and
uh,
uh,
what
what
is
is
one
one
area you
area
are
you are
still
still
working
working
on?
on?
Okay, is my dual perspective because I have experience in both media and software development. I can communicate effectively with both teams. I can explain technical limitations to creators and creative needs to developer, which reduce friction in projects. As for my weakness, I have a tendency to be very detail oriented, which sometimes borders on perfectionism. For example, during a project at IDN, I spent a lot of time perfecting a UI animation. I learned that in a fast paced environment, I need to focus on functionality first. Now I use a priority based workflow where I ensure the core features are perfect before moving on to the smaller aesthetic details.
Yes.
Tell me
Tell
about
me
a
about
time
the time
you
you
faced
faced
a
a
significant
significant
challenge.
challenge.
How did you
How
handle
did you
it?
handle it?
Okay, during my final year at SMK IDN, I was developing a web based gallery for a media project. We had a massive amount of resolution video content that made the website load very slowly. The team suggested we just lower the video quality, but I knew that would ruin the visual experience. So I took a two-step approach. First, I used my media background to manually re-encode and optimize the video into a more web-friendly format. Second, I use my software developer skills to implement lazy loading and a custom caching system so the videos will only load when needed. In the end, we kept the high quality visuals and improved the loading speed by 40%. It taught me that having both skill allows me to find solutions that others might miss.
And
So we
see
see
many
many
candidates
candidates
with
with
university
university
uh,
uh,
degrees.
degrees.
Why
Why
should
should
we hire
we
you,
hire you,
vocational
vocational
graduate?
graduate?
Because I am production ready, my education at IDN boarding school was almost 100% project based, and my time at Hidayatullah Umul Qura gave me early leadership experience in media. I don't just have the theory, I have the grit and the discipline of someone who has lived in the boarding school environment for years. I am ready to handle real tasks on day one without needing extensive training on the basics.
So
So
media is a
media twenty
24/7
four percent
high career industry.
pressure industry.
How do you
How
stay
do you stay
focused?
focused?
Okay, I stay focused by relying on a system. My background in boarding school taught me how to manage my time strictly and stay disciplined under pressure. When things get chaotic, I break the problem down into a checklist. I don't let the pressure become emotional. I keep it logical. If a server goes down or a deadline is moved up, I focus on the solution step by step until the job is done.
So
So
where do you
where do
see
you see
yourself in
yourself in 5 years?
5 years?
In 5 years, I want to be a lead digital product developer or a digital strategist in here. I want to lead a team that pioneers new ways of news delivery, perhaps through AI driven personalization or immersive media apps. My goal is to help this company become the benchmark for digital media innovation in the country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was
very
very
impressive.
interesting. Yeah.
Now,
Now,
do you have
do
any
you have
question
any question
for
for me?
Yes, sir. I'm curious about how your company approaches technological innovation. Is there a dedicated space for the team to experiment with new digital tools or platforms? And also, what would a typical day look like for someone in my position?
All right.
Right.
Those are
Those are
excellent
excellent
questions.
questions.
We
We
actually
actually
have a
have
weekly
a
innovation
weekly
hour,
innovation hour,
where we
where
introduce
we
new
introduce
tasks.
new
A
tasks,
typical
a
day
typical
for
day
your work
for your work
involve
involve
collaborating with your
collaborating with your
editorial,
editorial,
editorial team, and
editorial
then
team, and then
executing towards
executing towards
ideal
ideal
technically.
technically.
Nice. That sounds perfect. It's exactly the kind of environment where I know I can contribute the most. Thank you very much for your time today, sir. I really enjoy our conversation.
And I need
And I
to.
need to.
We will get
We'll get
back
back
to
to
you
you
by next
by
week
next week
with the
with
result.
the result.
Have a great
Have a
day.
great day.
You too, sir. Thank you and goodbye.